When flashing yellow traffic lights are active, you should A. Stop fully before proceeding. B. Proceed with caution, do not stop. C. Always speed up. D. Yield only to pedestrians. Answer, B. A flashing yellow light warns drivers to slow down and proceed carefully through the intersection without stopping. Georgia's move over law requires drivers to A. Speed past emergency vehicles. B. Move into another lane or slow down when passing stopped emergency vehicles. C. Stop and wait behind the vehicle. D. Turn off headlights. Answer, B. Drivers must give space by changing lanes or slowing when emergency/rescue vehicles are stopped with flashing lights on the roadside. A diamond-shaped yellow sign usually indicates A. Speed limit. B. Warning. C. Regulatory message. D. Reversing area. Answer, B. Diamond-shaped and yellow signs warn drivers about upcoming road hazards or changing conditions. In Georgia, if a school bus stops with flashing amber lights, you must A. Stop immediately. B. Slow down and prepare to stop. C. Beep to warn children. D. Pass carefully. Answer, B. Amber flashing lights signal the bus is preparing to stop. Drivers should slow down and ready themselves to stop. Under Georgia law, when driving in fog you should use A. High beam headlights. B. Daytime running lights. C. Low beam headlights. D. Hazard lights only. Answer, C. High beams reflect off fog and impair vision. Low beam headlights enhance visibility safely. When merging onto a freeway, you should first A. Stop at the end of the ramp. B. Accelerate to match freeway traffic speed. C. Enter slowly without looking. D. Flash headlights. Answer, B. Matching the speed of traffic allows smooth and safe merging into flow. Two solid yellow lines between opposing traffic lanes mean A. Passing allowed. B. Passing prohibited in both directions. C. Passing allowed to left only. D. Passing allowed to right only. Answer, B. Solid double yellow lines prohibit passing in both directions on Georgia roads. What is the correct hand position on the steering wheel for vehicles with airbags? A. 10 and 2. B. 9 and 3. C. 12 and 6. D. 8 and 4. Answer, B. This hand position offers better control and is safest with airbag-equipped vehicles. After passing another vehicle, you should only return to your lane when A. You are faster. B. You see the vehicle's headlights in your mirror. C. It feels safe. D. The road is clear ahead. Answer, B. Wait until you can see the entire front of the passed vehicle in your rearview mirror before changing lanes. When driving behind a large truck, you should avoid its blind spots, known as A. No zones. B. Death zones. C. Danger zones. D. Hidden zones. Answer, A. No zones are the large blind areas around trucks and buses where the driver cannot see other vehicles. If your brakes fail, you should A. Pump the brake pedal. B. Shift into neutral and coast. C. Use parking brake carefully. D. Turn off engine immediately. Answer, A. Pumping the pedal may build up enough pressure to slow the vehicle, then use emergency brake gradually. At night, oncoming headlights should be dimmed when they are within A. 100 feet. B. 200 feet. C. 300 feet. D. 500 feet. Answer, D. Georgia law requires dimming high beams within 500 feet of an oncoming vehicle to avoid blinding. When should you yield at an uncontrolled intersection? A. Always yield to vehicles from the right. B. First to arrive always goes first. C. Yield only if you're turning left. D. Yield only to larger vehicles. Answer: A. At uncontrolled intersections, yield to traffic coming from your right if you arrive simultaneously. A gore area on the highway refers to A. A roadside emergency lane. B. Triangular area between a main lane and an exit/entrance ramp. C. A crash zone. D. A buffer zone for stopped vehicles. Answer: B. A gore is the triangular painted area separating lanes from ramps, where driving is prohibited. Which action is prohibited when turning from a multi-lane road? A. Signaling in advance. B. Using the leftmost lane to turn right. C. Checking mirrors. D. Yielding to pedestrians. Answer: B. Turning right should be done from the rightmost lane only, not from the left lanes. Georgia's maximum speed limit on rural interstates is typically A. 55 miles per hour. B. 60 miles per hour. C. 65 miles per hour. D. 70 miles per hour. Answer: D. Georgia's maximum speed limit on rural interstates is typically 70 miles per hour. What is the correct response when pulled over by a police officer at night? A. Keep the engine running. B. Retreat inside the vehicle. C. Turn on interior lights and keep hands visible. D. Reach for your license immediately. Answer: C. Interior lights improve visibility, and positioning your hands visibly enhances safety during traffic stops. A pentagon-shaped sign warns of A. Pedestrian crossing or school zone. B. Yield ahead. C. No passing zone. D. Merging traffic. Answer: A. Five-sided pentagon signs indicate school zones or crosswalks where children may be present. On a trip in heavy rain, you should A. Maintain following distance of 2 seconds. B. Use cruise control. C. Keep headlights off. D. Use only parking lights. Answer: A. Increasing your following distance helps reduce the risk of a collision in slippery conditions. Using a phone without hands-free capability while driving. A. Is permitted if parked. B. Violates Georgia's hands-free law. C. Is allowed when stopped at a red light. D. Is only restricted for drivers under 18. Answer: B. Georgia's hands-free law bans all drivers from holding a phone while driving, even at lights or stop signs. When entering a curve, safest practice is to A. Brake sharply inside the curve. B. Speed up before entering. C. Slow down before the curve. D. Maintain speed throughout. Answer: C. Slowing down before entering reduces the risk of skidding and helps maintain control. If a motorcycle is in front of you, passing it requires A. Honking before passing. B. Crossing solid lines. C. Leaving at least 3 feet or changing lanes if possible. D. Passing on the shoulder. Answer: C. Georgia law requires at least 3 feet between your vehicle and a motorcycle, or change lanes to pass safely. When approaching a stalled vehicle with hazard lights on, you should A. Turn on your high beams. B. Honk continuously. C. Move over or slow down. D. Drive on the shoulder. Answer: C. Slow down and change lanes if safe to give space and avoid collision. When can you cross a solid white line on a multi-lane road? A. To pass another vehicle. B. If there's a dashed line next to it. C. when turning left at an intersection. D. At your discretion. Answer, B. Crossing is allowed only when driving next to the dashed side of a solid white line. If you're going through a roundabout and hear sirens behind you, you must A. Stop immediately in roundabout. B. Exit roundabout, then stop. C. Continue around and yield at exit. D. Stay in lane until siren stops. Answer, B. Safely exit the roundabout before pulling over for emergency vehicles. When can you make a U-turn in Georgia? A. On a hill or near a curve. B. Anytime traffic is clear. C. Where permitted and safe. D. Across double yellow lines. Answer, C. U-turns are allowed only where signs don't prohibit them and visibility is clear. Penalties for first DUI offense in Georgia, BAC greater than or equal to .08 with no previous DUI, might include A. Fine and license suspension. B. Community service only. C. No penalties if under .10. D. Jail time only. Answer, A. First DUI offenses can include fines, license suspension, and possible jail time depending on BAC and circumstances. When parallel parking uphill without curb, how should you turn your wheels? A. Toward curb. B. Away from curb. C. Straight ahead. D. It doesn't matter. Answer, B. Wheels turned away from the curb allow the vehicle to roll off the road rather than into traffic. What does a white broken line between lanes indicate? A. Passing permitted. B. No passing allowed. C. Only one-way traffic. D. Reserved lane ahead. Answer, A. A single broken white line means passing and lane changes are allowed when safe. The best practice when driving near bicyclists is to A. Honk frequently. B. Maintain speed and position. C. Slow and give at least 3 feet clearance. D. Pass quickly on the right. Answer, C. Slowing and allowing adequate space ensures safety for both driver and bicyclist.